Hi, I'm Mark, and this is the Mr. Productivity Podcast, the show that is dedicated to empowering you to conquer distractions, prioritize effectively, and gain daily clarity. Now, before we begin, let me ask you a question. Are you ready to elevate your life? I'm hoping you answered yes. If you did, well then come join us over at The Productive Life. This is my free email newsletter delivered every Saturday, packed with insights to revamp your daily routine. And each week I will bring you no-nonsense tips to help you live, well, the productive life. With The Productive Life, you can expect to learn how to exceed your goals, boost your daily hustle, and balance intense work with relaxing downtime. Time is precious, my friend, and my strategies are the key to achieving your dreams. Don't miss out on upgrading your productivity. Subscribe for free at MrProductivity.com, M-I-S-T-E-R, MrProductivity.com, and transform your everyday into a win. Most of my clients come to me and they are struggling with overwhelm. They're overwhelmed with everything they have to do. I keep hearing it over and over and over again. Mark, how do I deal with all the overwhelm? Please help me. I am so overwhelmed. I am so frustrated. I am so fatigued. What do you got for me? Well, what I got for you is improper English, but also I also have something called the ODAE exercise. Now, ODAE stands for Outsource, Delegate, Automate, and Eliminate. Because you're doing too much. You are doing way too much. The problem is you don't realize you're doing too much. You feel it with the overwhelm, but you don't realize it because you don't see it. You feel it, don't see it. Hopefully that makes sense to you. So I have this exercise I want you to go through, and it's called the ODAE exercise. And it's fairly simple, but I want to preface it by saying you got to be honest with yourself. This exercise will not serve you if you're not honest with yourself. If you're going to lie to yourself, because the only people that are going to see this exercise is you. So if you're lying to you, you're lying to yourself, and that really doesn't solve the problem. And I also don't want you to overcomplicate this. What I want you to do is go get a notebook. I don't want you to procrastinate and go to the store and find the perfect notebook or go on an endless search looking for the perfect notebook. I don't want you to do that. That's called procrastination. Find a notebook laying around your house. If you don't have a notebook, don't go to the store and buy one unless you're going to the store for something else. Just get some blank paper and staple them together. You don't have to make this complicated. Then what I want you to do is I want you to write down everything you do, both professionally and personally. And I want you to write down what the task is and how long it takes you. And how does it make you feel? Now, not brushing your teeth and something like that, but the big stuff. What do you do professionally and personally? Then how long it took you. And you can do an estimate. I don't want you to get a stopwatch out and get down to the second. And then how does it make you feel? And I want you to do this for 2, 3, 4 days. The reason why so many days is because no 2 days are ever the same. And I want you to capture as much of what you do on this list. Now, as you're writing this list out, I don't want you to censor yourself, edit yourself, judge yourself. I just want you to write down what it is, how long it took you, and how it made you feel. That's all I want you to do. One line after another line after another line, and just keep adding it. Make sure you take your list everywhere with you, because you don't want to get home at night and go, oh man, what were those things I did? As you're doing them, the best way to do this exercise is as you are doing the task, write it down. When you're done with the list, you think you have captured as much as possible. I want you to put that list aside for a day. I want you to pretend it doesn't even exist. On the day after that, I want you to schedule yourself, gift yourself 60 to 90 minutes to go through that list. I don't want you to do it while you're at a red light, when you're at the doctor's office, in between meetings. I want you to give full focus to this exercise, because most people get the first half right, but they don't gift themselves the time to be quiet, be still, and get focused on the exercise. Now, as you're sitting there on this day, I want you to look at your list, and anything that you can outsource, I want you to put an O next to it. Anything that can be delegated, I want you to put a D next to it. Same thing for A for automated and E for eliminated. Now, outsource and delegation, kind of a gray area there, but do your best to distinguish. There's no really wrong answer here. So again, an O next to anything can be outsourced, D for delegate, A for automate, and E for eliminate. Now what I want you to do, this is where the magic happens for this exercise. I want you to actually outsource everything you say can be outsourced, and then delegate everything that can be delegated. We live in a year where automation is king. So anything that can be automated, I want you to automate it. And most importantly, this is things that people don't think about. What can be eliminated on that list of yours? And if you're not sure, maybe do a temporary elimination, maybe eliminate it for a week and see if the world blows up, and if not, permanently delete it. Now, if you don't know how to outsource something or to delegate or automate or eliminate, there's this really awesome website called google.com. And it's like a magic genie. You type in there, how do I outsource XYZ? How do I delegate XYZ? How do I automate XYZ? And you'll get a quadrillion answers. And the answer for your desire to outsource, delegate, automate, eliminate is out there in the world. Someone has already created a solution for you. Now, if you do this exercise correctly and completely, you're going to have a lot less to do, right? Because you've already outsourced and delegated and automated and eliminated a lot of stuff in your list. Now, this is where I give you a big caution. When you have this extra space, be careful not to fill it up with useless crap. You know what I'm talking about. Other non-needle moving activities. Stuff that you shouldn't be doing. Stuff that you just outsourced, delegated, eliminated, and automated. Because I want you to work on the stuff that really needs to be worked on. That's the whole point of going through this ODAE exercise, to get rid of all that stuff so you have more time. When you have more time, you feel less overwhelmed, less stress, less angry, less anxious. Does it make sense? So it's a really simple exercise. If you do it, it'll serve you very well. And before you go, I want you to understand how much I appreciate your time and attention for listening to this episode of the Mr. Productivity Podcast. Can I ask you a huge favor before you go? If you haven't done so already, please subscribe, rate, and review this show on whatever podcast platform you're listening to it on, so that other people can get the same information you just got. And secondly, if you want to know anything about me, if you want to sign up for the Productive Life free email newsletter, you want to find out about my paid community, you want to read my blog, anything you want to know about me, Mr. Productivity is at, MrProductivity.com. Thank you again for your time and attention. I'll be back real soon with a brand new episode. But until then, stay productive and stay positive.